After 20 years, it's finally here. The E3 Halo 2 2003 build is now available on the Steam Workshop for Halo MCC. I've been waiting for this for a while. I've spoken about it non-stop on the channel, and today I have a very special video planned. Of course, we're going to break down the build, play through it, but we're going to put a Master Chief from the books spin on it. This honestly feels like a Halo 1.5 version of the game, halfway between Halo 1 and Halo 2. There's even hidden Easter eggs Halo veterans will appreciate, but with that said, here's Sergeant Johnson.
Stow it, son! These folks didn't wait in line to hear your lips flippity-flap. Knuckle up and get ready to dance, you pasty bastard! What you good people are about to see is an operation in progress. This is a real-time feed. No smoke and mirrors pre-recorded bullshit. Elements of the Covenant fleet have made landfall and occupied one of our cities. We'll link up with our forces in theater, engage the enemy, and boot their sorry behinds back into the stratosphere. Yo, demo biatch! You got anything?
No.
Didn't think so. Kill the lights!
The Halo 2 E3 build is designed as a sequential showcase of what Bungie was working on with Halo 2. This means if you don't play it exactly as designed, it can have some unintended consequences, which is music to my ears. First of all, I have to say big props to the dig site team. To recreate this is a massive feat in and of itself. If you didn't know, the original E3 preview was not compatible with modern software, meaning they had to redo everything. They then recreated this port numerous times, each time iterating on the past version, making it better. Most notably, and this will stand out to everyone, the lighting, the effects, and even the jackal shields, they look phenomenal. No, this isn't the stencil lighting Late Night Gaming spoke about a couple months ago, but there is some tricks they used to make it look better than the original Halo 2. For example, look at the frag grenade explosion. They really gave it some oomph, but visually, they also look great. Now, because this version of the game, if we're calling it that, is kind of a hybrid between Halo 1 and Halo 2, there's some things I noticed when putting it through its paces. One, the Warthog cannot be flipped back if you flip it with a frag grenade. It will just sit there and will not move. Two, the frag grenades still have their combat evolved power, meaning if you put on skulls, well, let's just say later in the video, things are about to get wild. You are also invincible in this preview. You still get damage impact if an enemy shoots you, but for the purpose of an E3 showcase, it would have been very bad if you were Joe Staten or whoever from Bungie was playing it and they died. So Master Chief doesn't take any damage in this preview. Chief also has a purple visor at times, which is an interesting decision, and you'll notice his armor is a bit darker here than the original Halo 2. Now at the start of the E3 demo, I first of all noticed these enormous skyscrapers, huge tall towers, and as a Halo fan I was like, what if I could get on top of it and then do a trick shot off of it? The classic Halo put the vehicle where it isn't supposed to be and do cool shit with it. To my amazement, the skyscrapers had collision and were solid. This made my brain think of so many cool ideas I could do, especially if you're invincible. At the start of the level, a Warthog is scripted to drive in, pick up some Marines, and then drive off. You can frag grenade this very Warthog and take it, giving you a free Warthog to drive around in places you aren't supposed to. The Warthog itself is very janky when it comes to driving, like it barely functions to drive in a straight line. Honestly, reversing it is the most consistent way to drive it. To any Halo veterans, when I was playing around with this build, I found the Rex Easter egg, a throwback to the original games. Now as you progress through the demo, you'll have to hold out against waves of Covenant. I was honestly planning of doing a full playthrough of a silent Spartan watching over the Master Chief, doing cool, more accurate tricks while Chief is progressing through the war zone. This is a good way to introduce that split screen actually works on this too. The dig site devs actually scripted in co-op and it functions on PC. Wild. Now when Sergeant Banks gives you the dual SMGs, it's actually one weapon, a cool developer trick to introduce dual wielding, but in actuality, it's just one gun. It also removes your ability to throw grenades. The next section made me think of the jackal shields. Look how vibrant they are. They glow and look beautiful. To be honest, they might be my favorite jackal shields in the entire series. The Warthog section then forces you to jump into a vehicle. If you get out, it instantly puts you back in. Yes, you can break out of it, but that will break the mission. It is a fun drive along where you get to shoot stuff, so why get out? Funnily enough, this entire sequence is scripted that you don't need to do a thing. It's just on the rails, so you can look around, enjoy the sights, or shoot the Covenant as you see fit. Some enemies will actually not allow you to kill them. They're invulnerable until a certain time.
That better pop out. Ghost! Making a break for it! Quick! I see him. You will let me drive? You keeping score? That's one, that's two! Come on, who's for more?
A phantom!
Hang on!
This brings us to the final section of the level, the introduction of the brutes and the first Halo hijack in history. After a phantom chases you through the streets, brutes will jump out and hijack your Warthog. The funny thing here is 1, you cannot pick up any of the weapons any enemy drops in this entire level, and 2, the brutes are invulnerable until their scripted events are finished. Then they almost die in one hit. For the ghost hijack itself, it's scripted so you ignore the first one, which can be hijacked normally by the way, and then you just walk into the second one. You literally don't press anything and it'll auto hijack the ghost, I'm not kidding, and this made my brain juices flow even more because I was like, oh my god, what if it works through a vehicle? And well, it does. Drive a Warthog up to the ghost and you'll auto hijack the ghost. I hope you guys can see where I'm going with this. So with that, we have the idea planned out. We need to get the Warthog on top of the tallest skyscraper, launch it off the top of the map and make it land onto the ghost to auto hijack it without even getting out of the Warthog. Annoyingly, I realized that one of the Warthog's cameras is busted, putting you in first person. I did this the entire way up and then checked out a different Warthog at the bottom of the map, and guess what? It worked fine. So dumbass here had to launch a new Warthog all the way to the top of the level. Step 1 is to get the Warthog onto the tallest skyscraper. With the Sputnik and Feather Skull, you can actually launch the Warthog pretty far, but not all the way to the top. I picked this platform to the side as it was pretty large and I knew the Warthog had to land wheels down as I can't flip it back up. Shooting the vehicle also doesn't work to flip it. I tried that too. I even tried meleeing. I even tried plasma grenades. Nothing worked except frags. I then needed to find the exact angle to launch it to the top of the tower. I practiced this a lot before going for it, and I found a way that was pretty damn consistent. Like, we're talking to the inch. Any weaker, it wouldn't make the distance. Any stronger, and it would fly over the top. The next thing we have to do is progress through the level until the ghost actually spawns. Once that is done, we need to get the player to the top of the tower. The trickiest and hardest thing about this entire trick is I only get one take to do this. That's right, one. If I don't get this right, I have to grenade myself all the way to the top of the towers again, every single attempt. I might be making these grenade jumps look easy, but they're anything but. It took me 2 to 3 hours to learn the exact sequence where to grenade jump and then hit every single grenade jump without stuffing it up. I also needed to find the exact lineup to launch the Warthog perfectly, then set it up like that again, find the exact position to stand, and then I only have one shot to replicate that perfectly and then launch across the map. Needless to say, this might be one of the most impressive things I have ever done on Halo. This is how the attempt went.
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
Please, that looks good. That looks good! Yeah! And that's it. Not bad for an E3 2003 build of Halo. Big props to the modders. the dig site team, Halo Studios, and everyone who tested this before release. For this to come out, not only for the 20th anniversary, but at all, is a monumental achievement that cannot be understated. All that's left to do is to let the iconic cutscene play out, and as it turns out, yes, I can indeed stick it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Chief.
Hang on.
Bingo. There's the cruiser. Now, all we need to do is... Bet you can't stick it.
You're on.